Hello and welcome to Let's Play LOTRO with me, Balthelion. This is the big series I've been meaning to do ever since I started doing Let's Plays on YouTube earlier this year. But since this one's going to be for an MMO, it's going to be one hell of a long series. So I wanted to do a few shorter ones first to get in the swing of things. But the new update has recently hit, so it's time to get this show on the road. So we're just loading up the character select screen at the moment. Bit of an epic battle going on in the background there. Come on, load screen when you're ready. There we go. So here we are then at character select, and I'll just show off my characters while I'm rambling on for a little bit. But LOTRO's been out for nearly 6 years now. I think it was released in April 2007, give or take. But it's still going strong. There's quite a lot going on, and we've just had update 10, which has added some new instances, revamped some old content, so there's a lot going on there. And my characters are taking a long while to load. I think it's where I just tweaked the settings before I started this. For some reason it's making them load ages. Or maybe she's put the ring on. There we go. So yeah, there's plenty of character creation elements which we're going to go through. What races and classes that you can be. Yeah, there's definitely something gone wrong with these. I think it's where I changed the textures. Let's quickly turn this down. I know I'm a nuisance for fiddling around in the options when I'm recording videos, but there we go, it's Arcanir, my Lawmaster. He's a pretty cool robe. Balthelion, my captain. He was my first character and now he's kind of fallen out of favour, and it's still taking ages to load. Don't know why it's doing that this time. It doesn't normally take this long. Maybe it's because I'm recording to the same drive this is coming from. Well, so much for showcasing these while I ramble on for a bit. There we go. That badass armour. And Bria, my main, who's a burglar and awesome. But let's start a new character then. Otherwise we'll be here all day waiting for those to load in. So, character creation then. We can select male or female, obviously. I myself am going to play a female character for this one. Because I already know what my character creation options are going to be. Even though the original name I wanted to select for this was taken. Or at least not available anyway. Okay, so races then. We've got 4 races that we can play as one of the 3 peoples of Middle-earth. We've got the race of man, which is not necessarily man because this is a woman, obviously. You can tell by the boobies. So we've got man, or woman. We've got dwarfs, like good old Gimli in the Fellowship, which is now loading the options for. But each race has its own little bonuses which you can read about up here, but most of them, if you're new to LOTRO, probably won't make any sense really. Don't worry too much about it. They're largely cosmetic for the most part. You're not going to shoot yourself in the foot by choosing the wrong like race and class like combination, for example. Anything can work, so just go with whatever you feel you would like playing, really. So we've got dwarfs, who are obviously short and fat. Although why he's wielding a sword and a dagger, I mean, dwarves wield axes. That's how they roll, not sword and dagger. It's not even like 2 swords or 2 daggers. That's just silly. We've got hobbits, because hobbits are awesome. You know, we destroyed the ring and... Well, we haven't yet because we're actually before that in the timeline, but yeah, hobbits, and there's the Shire in the background as well over there. With daggers, see, hobbits should have daggers. It works. They're nice and small for their little dainty hands. And then lastly, we could play as an elf, and this guy is in Rivendell at the moment, which you can't see too well because we can't angle the camera up and down, but that's Elrond's house over there. But we won't get there until we're about level 35, 40ish, so it'll be a long way before we get up there in terms of episodes. So those are the 4 races we can select, and there are also 9 classes, which you can see down here. But certain races can only play certain classes. So for example, this elf can't be a burglar or a captain. But if you select different combinations, you can see which ones are greyed out. The burglar is a support class that does CC and crowd control, I should say, if you're not familiar with these terms. So sort of aiding the battle there, buffs and debuffs and melee DPS. If I select man, I can select all these. Oh, no, I can't select Runekeeper. We've got the captain, who again is a bit more of a support class. He's kind of a jack of all trades, but master of none. So he can do a bit of healing, he can do a bit of tanking, he can do a bit of DPS, but he's not excelling in any of those roles. Although he can trait for them to get a bit better at them. Again, he's a melee fighter. This guy's got a long sword there, which is pretty cool actually, all these starting weapons. I never really paid attention to them before, but it's quite an intricate design. Then we've got the champion, who is the bog standard melee DPS, goes berserk and then probably dies. We've got the guardian, which is one of the 2 tanking classes, and this is the heavy armor guy that just, you know, takes all the crap in his face and sucks up the damage. We've got the hunter, which is our ranged damage dealer, who mainly uses a bow, but he also has 2 melee weapons, so like swords or daggers or whatever you want really, just to deal with anything that gets in range. So think along the lines of Legolas in the movies. You've got the Lawmaster, which is the main pet class. If you like playing with pets, like various types of animals and that, this might be the guy for you. He's he's basically a wizard, but not a wizard, because that would be law breaking. No pun intended with the name of the class there, but he kind of does various debuffs, uses his pets, does more crowd control to help out the group. He's got a limited amount of heals as well to help out his fellows. I didn't mention as well, the captain also does have a pet, but it's a human or dwarf or whatever, but like some sort of humanoid pet rather than an animal. But you can have one of those out while you're questing around. Then we've got the minstrel, which is one of the 2 main healers. But they play music, as the name minstrel would suggest, and they kind of raise their morale through various songs and tunes and ditties and that kind of stuff. Although this guy has got a sword, it's mainly as a last resort purposes, because they mainly do essentially what's magic damage. We can't select Runekeeper on this because men can't play Runekeeper. Runekeeper has to be a dwarf or an elf. But Runekeepers, again, it's more of a spellcastery one, so they can control lightning and fire and frost to beat the crap out of people, and they can also be a healer, so they're the second primary healing class. They're pretty much on par with the minstrel in terms of how much they can heal, so it's not a case of, you know, you're picking the crapper one or anything like that. Same with the tanking classes, which we'll get onto in a second. But the minstrel's more kind of straight up heals, whereas the Runekeeper's more healing over time. And then the last class, if we go back to man, is the warden. And he's, in a word, if I had to describe him, it would be Spartan, because they have their shields, they have their rather cool looking spear there. That is pretty nifty. But they are medium armour as opposed to the Guardian being heavy armour, but they are still a tank, and they instead of sucking up the damage, they make up for it by avoiding the damage or healing the damage that's dealt to them themselves, without needing the healer to heal them up so much. And personally I prefer them to the Guardian when I'm tanking, because I don't like my Guardian at all, as you'll come to know. But anyway, let's choose my combination, because I know what it's going to be. It's going to be a female, hobbit, or warden. You have a cute little hobbit that's just going to stab you to death, which would be really fun. But yeah, as I said, the bonuses you don't need to worry about too much. But let's have a look at my racial bonuses for the hobbit. I won't go through the rest because otherwise it'll take ages. But we get some extra might, which means we get some extra defences and stuff. It's not going to make too much difference to my warden because we don't scale off the might now. Hobbit toughness, we get extra vitality, which is kind of our go-to stat for health. Again, a bit more defences. Rapid recovery, so we regenerate our health a bit faster out of combat, which suits the warden quite nicely because they're meant to go wherever they're needed from battle to battle in the lore. Hobbit courage, the resist fears a bit better, and resist corruption because Sam resisted the ring, a bit better than Frodo anyway, but a bit better shadow mitigation. But these largely irrelevant. You don't have to worry about backing yourself into a corner by picking a certain class and then your stats are rubbish for whatever role you're trying to do, so don't worry too much about that. But lastly as well, you can also have a bit of info about your class. You can see its difficulty, what its role is. So defense basically means tank. Class difficulty is advanced, it's one of the harder classes this, which is partly one of the reasons why I want to show this off in a video, because it can be a bit confusing to some people, but we can also do some pretty cool stuff when we start getting into this. Large bit of text there, I'll let you read that on your own if you want to have a look, and you've got the lore basically saying who they were based on and how they fit into the game really. But let's continue now. And then we got the character creation options. So, for example, we can choose one of these 3 origins. These are pretty much cosmetic, but you will notice on the right hand side that our colour palettes for the eye, skin and hair are changing according to these, and to be honest, that is going to be the main difference between choosing these. You do also get an in-game title, depending on your origin, which can only be got by choosing that origin, which is, so for example, it would just be character name, comma, of the fallow hides. Nothing major, you get really cool titles as you go through the game, but you know, if you like the sound of one of these that you want to use in your title, then go for it. Otherwise it's pretty much just for those things. Now then, we've got head options, which is basically the shape of our head. So if I just zoom in there so we can see a bit better. How many options we got? We've got 13 of these. So yeah, you've got a bit of a smaller chin, got a podgy cheek, a bit of a pointy one, a bit of a fat one, 2 or 3. I think 2. There we go. Hairstyle goes up to 23. What do you want? So that's got a little bun over there. No, that's terrible. I don't like the back on that one. A bit of a spiky one. Obviously, you have different hairstyles. If you were a man, for example, you wouldn't get these girly ones. Yeah, I don't like the back on that. The front's not too bad. 6, we've got some pigtails. 7, well, that one could work. 8, got another medium hairstyle. 9, I've already got that on one of my characters, so I'm going to skip that one. That one's not too bad. I think I prefer 7 to that though. Another shortish one. One with a little ponytail. That's the same as on one of my mains, so I'm not going to use that one. Oh, there's like a mini afro. Oh god, that's a hairy one. That's also fairly hairy. That's all the hairy hairstyles. Oh, you need a haircut. You need a hairstylist. What is that? It's just... bleh. You put no effort. You've got really bad bed hair. You're just as bad. A shortish one. I think that's... yeah, I've used that one already. On one of my other characters. That's shortish one, a longish one. So what was it? Was it 7? Yeah, we're going to go with that one. Eyes. Just changes the look of your eyes. We can't zoom in a bit better. There's only 8 of those. So it's basically your eye shadow colour. And if you want crow's feet and old people eyes, bags under your eyes, that kind of stuff. But I think we'll just go with number 1 on the default. Eyebrows. There are 5 options. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 or 3. I think 2. Mouth options, we've got 16 of those, that's quite a bit. So we've got bigger lips, we've got pouty lips, we've got Angelina Jolie lips. Oh my goodness. I don't want big massive lips. That one maybe? That seems to go alright, okay. And we've got their facial details, which there are 11. So this is kind of like your facial scars, that kind of stuff. So 1 is just plain. 2, we've got a little beauty spot over there. 3, we've got a small beauty spot on our lip there. Number 4, we've got a scar on our chin. Number 5, we can't see too well because the hair covers it up, but we've got a scar on our face there. So we could, if we wanted to establish some lore for our character, we could have, she has her hair like that because she's covering up her facial scarring. Or if you want to do some sort of roleplay like that, you can always invent things. We've got some freckles. We've got some rosy cheeks. We've got another scar on the cheek. We've got more freckles. We've got a bit of wrinkly forehead and wrinkly cheeks for if you're going for an old character perhaps. We've got really disgusting old face. This looks horrible on my Hobbit. That's just wrong. But I think we're going to go with a nice simple plain face like that. So we've got next, we've got eye colour. I think I'm going to go for a blue eyes. There's something over there. There we go, nice blue eyes. Skin colour. Something to bear in mind on this is the colour you choose on character creation. Once you actually get in game, it can appear a bit lighter than how it looked. Particularly on my elf, because my elf, I had him quite pale anyway, but in game he's just like ghostly white. It looks like he's been locked up in a dungeon and not let out, which he pretty much has actually, because I haven't played him in ages, beyond emptying his mailbox. So, how far over here do we want to go? Maybe about that. That looks, oh, not too much of a tan. I think that will go quite well. And then hair colour. Do we want to leave that as it is? That's not a bad colour. It does go quite well with our skin complexion and the eyes. I think we'll keep that actually. And then lastly, we've got the body type option, which, unlike many other MMOs, don't worry, it's not the inflatable boob slider. So it's just literally the body. So doing that is very weird. So you can basically go for, to the right is bigger shoulders, smaller hips, and to the left is bigger hips and smaller shoulders. So you can kind of adjust that how you want. But I think we're going to go somewhere in the middle because the extremes look a bit extreme really. So there we go, and we just have to name her now. And I did try recording one of these videos before what you're watching, and I got right to this point with the character name I wanted, and then it was unavailable, so I wasted 15 or so minutes trying to do this, and I sincerely hope this will go in. We're going to call her Aurelia with 2 L's. Okay, so make sure I've got all those I'm happy with, because once this is in, although you can change your hairstyle and stuff in game. I think we're good. So if you wanted, you can skip the new user tutorial instance, but I'm going to show you guys that. So I'm not going to tick that. I'm going to create the character. Fuck's sake. We'll take out now. 1L. Please. Oh my god. Okay, so we're back again. I'm going to give it one more go. Got to try Ayana, and hopefully this one will go in. Create. No. Back to the drawing board. Okay, take 3. We're going to try and spell it like that. Creates. Oh, you're joking! Let me take out an N and get one going in. Go! No! And after a long period off camera, we're back again. And hopefully this one will go in, because I've been digging in the dark recesses of my computer for various fantasy names. I've come up with this. Altaria. Please go in. I'm running out of ideas. You're joking. Okay, so we're back again, and finally I think I've found a name that's going to work. It worked 5 minutes ago, and if somebody's nicked it in the time between that, I'm going to be very upset. But we're going to call her Trystana with a Y. Create. Hallelujah. There we go. There's our level 1 Hobbit Warden. For some reason we've got no sound. Sound is working. I think the music's just stopped because I'm tabbed out. Well, I tabbed out during this anyway. So yeah, now we can select her. We can enter Middle-earth and start our epic adventure. When it loads anyway. And once again I am recording to the same drive the game is running from, which probably isn't going to do our load times any good. Here we go. But there should be a new intro cinematic at some point during the creation process anyway. The one annoying thing about playing this in widescreen is that it does tend to skew the character selection interface and these load screens. I think they were designed for a normal width screen rather than wide screens. So it makes the characters on there look a bit weird. But those armours that they're wearing are just normal armours you can get in game, although obviously you can get some much cooler looking armours from doing various instances and quest rewards and that kind of stuff, as you've seen on some of my characters earlier in this video. Come on, load screen, this is ridiculous. Come on, just a little bit more, 5%, come on. You can do it. Deep breath. Come on, 100%, start the video. Or the game or something. This is getting boring.
While out for a nighttime stroll in the Shire, there is a certain unpleasant feeling lingering about. Something on the air is strange tonight. Perhaps it is only the unseasonable chill or the great darkness of this particular evening. But surely it is nothing noteworthy, for this is the Shire, and it is rare indeed for any evil to touch this land.
So a lovely bit of narration going on there after the load screen's finally ended. I've just typed in a command to change my UI to something that's a bit larger and a bit easier for you guys to see stuff, so hopefully you can read the numbers on my health bars and that kind of stuff. Certainly if you're in the HD. So yeah, when we start the game, as a hobbit, we have a little encounter in the Shire, and these are tutorial tooltips pop up, so you can read those to learn how to move your character and do stuff, and what the quest rings are, how to pick up bags. But I know how to do that, so I'm just going to skip all these. Okay. I can speak to Bounder Boffin. He does look a bit pasty, doesn't he?
Ho there! What's your business on the road?
I'm just walking down the road. Is there a problem? Something doesn't feel right tonight, apparently. You startled me, that's all. There's a very odd chill in the air tonight, very strange. Do you feel it? We both feel safer if you come along with me. Do you know how to fight, Trystana? Yes. It's only my technically 18th character. Here's the satchel I dropped when you startled me. Well, that was... You couldn't have dropped that. That's miles away from you.
Inside is a spare weapon. You should loot it for yourself, then equip it to use it.
Okay. What have we got? Wood spear, stick javelin, and a wide shield. Stuff about how to use items. But if we press the I button, we can bring up all of our bags at once. And you can just right click to equip them. So for example, our wood spear is better than our crack spear because that's rubbish. No, it's not even 1 DPS, that's how bad it is. So we can right click to equip that. Or you can equip it manually if you press C to bring up your character panel. You can actually see what's going on a bit there. That shield is ugly, isn't it? Everything about what my character's equipped is ugly at the minute. But anyway, javelin and shield we can equip, so we can drag the shield over here to the shield slot. And the javelin into the range slot, just the middle one. There we go, so we've equipped that. Got that on our back. It's literally just a stick. That's how bad it is. Speak to Bounder Boffin.
Be sure to equip your weapon before we have at it. We ought to test your skill in battle.
Yes, I've already equipped it.
Try coming at me.
So we've got our skills down here in the bottom, which I'm probably going to have to rearrange. Oh god, he's hitting me. Slap him. Hit him. Hit him. Click buttons. I've proven that I can fight. Well, I'm trying to move all my buttons around.
Down the road. Who could that be?
Right. And close the combat tutorial tooltip. Who's coming down the road? Oh look, it's Frodo! Hello Frodo. And Sam. And Pippin. Poor Sam. You'll never have a peaceful meal again. Hello, who's this? More travellers at night. And who might you be? Well met, my good bounder. My name is, Underhill. And here are my fellow travellers, Samwise Gamgee and Peregrine Took. I have never seen so many hobbits out of bed, and on such a strange night too. Strange? But it is a lovely night for a stroll. Hush, Pippin. What do you mean, strange? Have you seen anything odd about the road? What's this? Something strange is going on. I think we're all cowering in fear at the moment. We should get off this road at once. You don't need to tell me that twice. Leg it! Oh god, we're suffering from the Eye of Sauron. Extreme dread. But what's this that is approaching down the road?
Stay!
Well, he's scary, isn't he? Oh, don't splat me!
Gracious me! Did you see that?
Let's get off the road. It's a good idea. Odo's farm. If I can get this door open, we can cut through. Yeah, let's go. Hang on. It's a bit webby. Eek! Spiders! I'll get him. Oh, calm down. It's alright, chap.
Will you clear the path?
It's okay, I can deal with the spiders. God. Doesn't want to man up, he wants to let the girl do it. But, yeah, as Warden, we've got 2 skills of the Warden. We've got Quick Thrust, which is one of our Gambit builders, which I'll explain once we've got the rest of them. But you can see when we do a Gambit builder, it builds things in our little Gambit bar there. And once we've got 2 reds, which we can't because the spider just died, but 2 reds will make a new attack, which is Death Strike. And then we can click Death Strike to Death Strike Gambit, which is a bit more powerful than the 2 builders on their own. But the Warden is quite unique.
Well done! Let's press on now.
Instead of just having a button to do stuff, you have to build a sequence of colours which executes a
Blast.
much more powerful skill.
I just need to find the key. Ooh.
What was that noise? He just went, ooh. What's in here? Mercy me, spider webs. Oh dear. I'll protect you, you big sissy. What we got? Our other skill that we've got from the start is javelin toss. We can throw javelin at something. He's over there. In your face, spider. But once you start attacking something, you'll start auto-attacking it. Which is what this big button's for. You can turn on auto-attack, which is the red one. Angry spider. Javelin! Bang! But everything dies really easy when you start the game. There's another one. But you'll notice that this skill, the Gambit default, will change to whatever this is, the active Gambit. So we could click that as well if we wanted.
I think we're almost safe.
I hope so. It's night time, I want to go to bed. It's past my Hobbit bedtime. Drama. Whatever. Let's go. This is the last door until we get to the road. Let's hope that Black Rider's not around here. He was a bit scary, wasn't he? We did it! There's the road ahead. We're going to go down the road then? Oh, hello. Mundell Sackville Baggins. Kellandine Brandybuck. What are you doing here? Does it look like you ninny? We're being chased by brigands. Do something about it. Okay. Come, let's cut through the farm. We can lock them out. No, there's spiders in there. And the bounder guy doesn't like it. Like this music's in the background. Keep away, you brutes. Brigands, help. Look, look. Look, the boys are just cowering in fear, letting all the girls do all the work. Oh, he just punched me in the face. That's not very nice. You just knocked him out. That's rude. You villains. What do you want with Mundo? Your Mr. Baggins is wanted by someone who is lending us great aid in exchange for finding him. Oh god, I'm the only one left. Come on then. Oh, that's cheating. But we've been captured by brigands. And taken to some strange place. Oh. Oh. What's going on there? We seem to be bouncing. Can I move? There we go. The Black Roads will have unimaginable power now, thanks to your Baggins. Are you just going to laugh at me? Oh, who's this fella? Bang! Yes,
Hobbits
go on!
seem to turn up in the most unlikely places, Bounder Boffin.
Are there any other hobbits waiting for us? No indeed, Mr. Ranger. Just me. And these ones. You should speak with your grim-looking rescuer. Hello there.
Come along. We are not safe just yet.
Oh, it's Strider! Well, we don't know who Strider is yet, but we do, because we've seen the movies. He wants us to follow him and rescue the other guys. Let's go. Come on. So we need to right-click the door to open it, and then we can just walk through and hopefully have a bit of a faster loading screen this time. There we go, that's more like it. So we're outside, and there's a ranger fighting a Black Rider, and it's probably not going to end well. Strider! I cannot hold him back, my friend! The door is locked! Hold fast, Amdir! Oh, help us. Back, Rafe, be gone! Oh no, I've died! No! I'll get you later. Classic villainness.
Come, hobbits. It is safe now.
I would if I wasn't cowering in fear from the Black Rider. It's inconvenient. Oh, poor fella.
Oh, dear.
The Black Rider is gone, but Strider's fellow ranger is grievously wounded.
This was a dire turn of events.
Stay close to me, he says.
Wounded by a Black Rider, the ranger Umdir escaped with his charges into the wild, making his way back to the village of Archet.
There, Captain Brackenbrook, a retired sellsword, has allowed Strider and his companions to stay and take respite from their cares.
So yeah, that was the tutorial quest, or specifically the one for hobbits, because there is a different one for elves, dwarves and men. But once each race has completed the tutorial quest, which you can skip if you choose it in the character options when you're creating a character, you'll be placed into one of two different starter areas. So men and hobbits go to Archet, which is what we're loading into now, and elves and dwarves go into Thorin's Gate, which is far to the west. But these places, as well as being starter areas, they do exist inside the main game world as well. So we can visit those eventually. But if you're playing with somebody else, or you want to bump into somebody who's already playing the game, you do need to finish your starter area before you can meet up with those guys. So if you're going to start the game playing with somebody else, it's best to pick something that's going to start in the same starter area. Although it doesn't really matter too much, because it doesn't take too long to complete the starter areas. It's just the first few levels basically. Or you can just skip most of the optional quests and just do the main storyline to get out there quick if you want. It's worth doing, because it's good easy levelling XP. And it'll get you used to the game and give you a few tutorial hints and all that. So I think we're about done with the load now. There's Gandalf looking over towards Bree. We do of course meet him at some point. Probably not for quite a few videos yet, although he does appear fairly early in the game. But as you've seen, we've already met Strider, and we meet pretty much everyone you can imagine from The Lord of the Rings, and even many of the characters from The Hobbit, the ones that aren't dead anyway. Come on, load screen. This is redonkulous. There we go, we're in. Okay, so we're now in the town of Archet, in the starter area. I wonder if there's any other humans around. Not what I can see at the moment. Okay, so we've got to talk to Celandine Brandybuck, who, as you can see, has this quest ring above her head. Nice shiny gold one. One thing I'll teach you now is if you press the N key, you can turn the names on or off, which first off makes it easier to spot the names of people if you're looking for someone in particular, but it can clutter up your screen, so you can turn that off if you want.
Thank goodness you're awake. That fellow Umdir seems very ill.
He's been stabbed. Of course he's very ill. But she's given me a quest, so we're exhausted. We've had a rest for the night, although Amdir was stabbed. But we can check on him. He's just over here, so we're going to set this quest, and it's going to tell us about the map. As you can see on the map, we've now got a quest icon, a quest ring, just northwest of us, which is where Amdir is. So we're going to go over here. And a ring on fire is an epic quest. So the main...
Do not trouble yourself on my account. It is only a chill.
It's only a flesh wound. So yeah, the flaming rings are the epic quest, the main storyline of the game. So speak to him. And what's he going to say? He said, the bloke stabbed me. It's not very nice, but I'm more worried about Aragorn. What's Aragorn have to say?
There are too many deeds to be done, all pressing, and none of them easy.
Oh, there's a man! There's another human around here with us. But we've got two choices of quest rewards. We can left click to select those. But because we're a warden, we use medium armour. So see on those tooltips, if you hover over it, this one says light armour near the top. The one below is medium armour, and it has more armour on it. So we're going to choose that one. Click finish.
Perhaps you can help, my friend. Captain Brackenbrook will not heed my warnings.
And if a character has a follow-up quest, when you click finish, you will get that pop up, which you can accept or decline, but you should always accept. Okay, our new chest, instead of 1 armour, it's got 25 armour, which is much better. So we're going to right-click on that, just to equip that. And what do we got to do next? Intro Captain Brackenbrook. Okay, that guy just level up. Perhaps you can help Trystana. The people of Archit will be in great danger when the Blackwolds execute the plan we witnessed last night. The captain here, a man named Brackenbrook, does not like my look. Maybe we should clean up a bit then. Pray speak to him on my behalf and see if you can rouse him. Every moment I spend here is a moment in which my true charge plunges blindly nearer to unfathomable peril. So we know that's Frodo, but we haven't got up to that point in the story yet. The Black Rider you saw last night seeks a Baggins, and our friend Mundo is not the right one. So we can accept that, and when you accept a quest, you can see the various things that you can get by completing the quest. You can't select those just yet, though. So accept. And on the right here, we have the quest tracker saying what we need to do. Talk to Captain Brackenbrook in Archit. You can see on the map he's just east of us. So we're going to run over here. Who's that fellow who's running around? Let's turn names on. Bleh, I can't even... What? Bursal Killer. What kind of name is that? Dear me. People with silly names.
I don't like the look of those rangers one bit.
I don't like those look of those rangers one bit. They are heavy, suspicious fellows.
Okay, what do you want me to do? Speak to people around the town and get their opinions. Okay. So we see on the quest thing there's now 3 people we need to talk to. So we're going to run in their general direction. This is Kate Henseed.
Why are you bothering me?
Because Captain Brackenbrook told me to bother you. God, don't be so rude. If Captain Brackenbrook says we're safe, then we're safe. He's always done a fine job at protecting our village. Why would the brigands suddenly attack us now? Well, because they're working for the Dark Lord Sauron, that's why. So run south to this one. This is Peg Pruner. What do you got to say? So if
What do you need?
Now, if they've got one or more interaction, or more than one, you can select it. So we've got current quest and interactions, but we're not going to browse the shop just yet. We'll do
How
that later.
can I be of service?
How can I be of service?
Well, you can talk to me so I can advance my quest, please. I see that your friend is wounded, and I hope it was not the Blackwolds that did it to him. I truly trust Captain Brackenbrook, for he has always kept us safe once he took charge of Archit. I won't argue with the captain, but I will help the injured fellow in any way that I can. Thank you. At least someone's being a bit more reasonable. Godwig the Lazy. He's doing work to me. Can't be that lazy. But you'll see that people do quite happily talk to each other. Dust the floor. Is that a cat or a dog? It's a cat just sleeping in the middle of nowhere. If you're wondering how I'm zooming in the camera like that, is just using the mouse wheel. So who's this fellow? That is quite noisy, isn't it? Let's turn down the is it the comic sounds? I think it is. Otherwise they're going to drown out my voice.
How can I be of service?
Again, just advance my quest. He's saying the brigands are useless. They couldn't raid a squirrel nest, let alone our town. Overconfidence will be your undoing, my friend. But now we've spoken to all 3 of those, it says we need to tell Strider that the people of Archit don't like us. So we're going to speak to him.
Alas for peaceful folk everywhere. It is an enormous task to convince them that evil people with evil intentions will commit evil deeds.
I know, they're just so stupid, aren't they, Aragorn? But we're going to select the medium gloves and finish that.
Before you try to fight, you must learn what skills you may from the trainer.
And we've just leveled up. But we couldn't see that because the quest window got in the way. But we're now level 2. You can track your XP, which is this bar down the bottom here, which is going to go from left to right. So that gold bar's our experience. You can hover over it. It says we need 135 XP for level 3. Which is also what it says there, basically. We've got 40 out of 175 for level 2. So we've got another quest now. Intro, honing your skills. There is much to do and you are new to the world of danger. As long as you wish to help Archer, it is most important that you hone your skills as a warden. We need new skills. Go speak to the trainer, basically. So accept that. And the trainer is just about on the map there. But if we go backwards, so that ring goes off the map, then you'll see instead we're going to get a pointy arrow showing us where to go. So the pointy arrow quest is the pointy arrow on the map. But, our trainer's over here. If we just turn the names off, we can see that our trainer has our trainer icon above his head, which is that like spearhead on God knows what else that is in the background. Shield maybe? If we just right click to speak to him, we have intro, fire to the neck.
Could I speak with you a moment?
Which basically says, learn some skills and use it against the training dummy, and I will give you some good stuff. Okay. So we need to speak to him again, and we need to go to train warden skills, or whichever class you've got if you're going to one of the other
What can I do for you?
And you can see all the trainable skills that this guy will teach us. So at the minute, we're only level 2. So we can only learn Shield Bash. So we can either left click and click train, or we can right click. There we go. Thought it was gonna not do anything there. And it will put a new skill on our skill bars. That's just going to tell us how skills work. But if you ever lose your skills off your skill bars, if you press the K key, it will bring up our list of skills. So you can just left click and drag back into your quick bars. So that's the only one we can do at the minute. What have we got to do? Strike the training dummy with defensive strike. So defensive strike for a warden. If you're unsure, you can have a look at your skills to see what it is. Which is what I've not taught myself how to do, have I? Because we need to learn a gambit.
What can I do for you?
So there we go. We've got to learn defensive strike, which is green and green. And that new gambit builder we just built is the green one. So we're going to learn this. And then we can go select the training dummy. Go green. It's not animating. There we go. Green, green. Execute. And it advances our quest. But you can never kill these training dummies. As you can see, it's got a bit more health than me. 258 million. It's going to take some doing. Stop hitting me! So we can speak to this guy again.
Greetings.
And in his quest rewards, he's going to give us all of this stuff in the top. So we don't have to select that. But he's also going to let us choose one of these. Now personally, I only ever use spears on a wardens because it's just right. Although some people might prefer to use swords or maybe some other stuff. I would always use spears. For the most part, it's kind of cosmetic. There's different bonuses to different weapon types, but nothing too extreme to worry about picking something that's better than everything else. But our new spear is 4.8 DPS, which is better than 2.2, so we'll equip that. Our shield is 24 armour and a bit more crit defense, so that's better. We'll equip that. Our javelin again is much better DPS, so we're going to equip. We're not wearing any gloves at all, so we're going to equip those. And that's my old shield. And you'll notice as well, I've got loads of crap in my bags. Just because I've got an old account, so it's given me all kinds of cool stuff. 1 year gift box, I can open that and get rid of stuff. So I've got some anniversary fireworks. Let's go set these off. You naughty hobbit. Right click to use. It's daytime, so this probably won't look too good. That's a good one. What else we got? Probably don't really open that yet. Or that. Because that would just clog up my bags. Or that, I think. Actually, no, that we can open. Just use those to get out my bags. 2-year gift box. Which is giving me some buffs and other nonsense. Don't want to open that. But yeah, so what we're doing now, we've got to talk to Strider. Let's close those bags. You can open your bags individually with these icons down here. Like so. But I just use I because it's easier to do it all at once.
Do you feel confident in what you have learned?
Yes, I know how to play a warden. I've already got one.
Umdir, my poor old friend. A shadow has crept over him.
But you'll see there, we levelled up. We had a white tree effect that just went on there. I think you can only see half of that though. So yeah, for the first few levels, you level really fast. Nice and easy. But it's got a new quest for us, but I think we'll stop there. Otherwise this video is going to get too long. And next episode, we'll continue on with Archit. So see you then.